Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a budget brew 0 rares combo based around Rise of the Varmints. This 4 mana sorcery that says create X 2/1 green varmint creature tokens where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard and plot for just 3. So to build around this deck, we are playing all the cards that fill up our graveyard and all the cards that are creatures that also fill up our graveyard so that they will mill more creatures that fill up our graveyard and make a ton of varmint creature tokens. And then we're going to give them haste with Imodane's Recruiter or Bitter Reunion and kill our opponent in one turn. To do this, we've got some 1-drops, the Cenote Scout, which explores when it comes into play, 1 mana, 1/1. Now, exploring lets you look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, you put it into your hand, which can be good. Basically, just 1 mana, 1/1 draw card is really good. But if it's not a land, you can put it directly into your graveyard. So this fills your graveyard and gives you a 2/2 for 1 mana, which is also a really good deal. We've got the Deathbonnet Sprout, which is a 1 mana, 1/1. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. Then if there's 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, transform it. Transforms into a 3/3, so 1 mana, 3/3, very powerful, and that's very easy to enable in this deck. And when it's flipped, it also says at the beginning of upkeep you can exile a card from a graveyard. If it's a creature card, it gets +1/+1, or +1/+1 counter. So this thing can grow pretty big pretty quickly in this deck. We also have the Rubblebelt Maverick, which is a 1 mana, 1/1, comes into play. It surveils 2, so you look at the top 2, you can put them into the graveyard, fills your grave, and you can exile it from your graveyard to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So if it gets milled, you kind of get some extra value that way. We've got the Bitter Reunion, which is a 2 mana enchantment. It says when it comes to play, discard a card, then you can draw 2 cards. Mostly using it for this last mode, which is to sacrifice it and give all your creatures haste, which is what you want to do with the Rise, to plot the Rise and then unplot it, play it on the next turn, give everything haste and attack for the win. We also got the Aftermath Analyst, which is a 2 mana, 1/3, mostly using it for the ability that mills 3 cards. But sometimes it comes up that you can return all your lands from your graveyard to the battlefield. We've got some fetch lands in here that work pretty well with it as well. The Blanchwood Prowler is a 2 mana, 1/1. It comes into play, it mills 3, and then you put a land from among them into your hand, and if you don't, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. More milling. The Stubborn Burrowfiend is another new one. When it becomes saddled, and you can saddle for 2, so a creature has to have power 2 or greater to saddle it. You mill 2 cards, and it gets +X/+X, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So it works really well in this deck. All these cards are milling cards that are creatures and trying to pump it up. So this can get pretty big power and continues to mill your deck every turn and fill up the graveyard. And we also have the Wary Thespian, which is a 2 mana, 3/1. When it enters the battlefield or dies, you surveil 1. So surveils, look at the top card of the library, put it into your graveyard. So essentially it can mill 2 cards. It's also a 2 mana, 3/1, which is decently efficient. And all these cards that sort of surveil or explore, they can help you sort of find, or even the Bitter Reunion, which draws and discards, helps you find the Rise of the Varmints, which is what you're really trying to do. So the focus of the deck is first couple of turns, you just play out your guys to mill, fill up the graveyard. Hopefully Rise gets up to, ideally you want it to be kind of like 6 creatures in your graveyard, because with 6 creatures and you play an Imodane's Recruiter, that is more than 20 damage, 21 I believe, 6 times 3 plus the Imodane's Recruiter itself, so 7 creatures with 3 power is 21 damage. So if you can do that, that can usually be a lethal combo between the 2 of those cards. The mana base is all commons. In the wrap-up, I'll explain any rares that I might want to add to the deck if you have them in your collection. But we also have a Conduit Pylons, which is a new common that surveils 1. So even the mana base is milling us, which is pretty cool. And the fetch lands here are for mana fixing, gaining a few life points. It's also useful to thin out the deck of lands when you're milling your deck. It makes it more likely that you're going to mill a creature, which is what you really want to do. Okay, so that is the deck. That's the combo. Let's jump into some games, see it in action, see if we can beat people with 0 rares in Standard. All right, Rise of the Varmints combo No rares. Pretty good hand here. Let's see what we're up against. Uh-oh, rogue deck villain. That can't be good. Don't think we want either of these. Just want to fill up the graveyard. Try to find one of our haste enablers. Dreams of Steel? Okay. Oh wow. Another rise. Let's see. That seems okay. I guess we'll keep that on top. Probably better than random card, although this does fill the graveyard. So yeah, let's just fill the graveyard. Alright. We want to give these varmints best chance doing their thing. There's a Cenote Scout. Yeah, let's play it out. And put in the graveyard. Just keep filling up the graveyard here. Swing, swing. But these are 2 varmints. Alright. Yep. Milling me is helpful, thank you. Alright, plot this. And pass. Recruiter is nice. Shelly. Yep, mill me. Thank you. I don't think they really realize what they're doing here. This puts both of these in the graveyard. This goes up to 6. And then it's that 6 plus recruiter is at 18, I believe. I think opponent is regretting milling me now. Alright. Good game, nice. Quick one. No rares, no problem. Alright, Rise of the Varmints combo. This looks like a pretty good one. There's a Cenote Scout. I think this is a little better because it gives us a chance of making it a 2/2 here. If we hit, oh. Throw this in the grave. So we can go turn 2 and then just activate. Okay, discard deck. That would be not the best for us, but play this out and we'll just activate, fill up the graveyard. May lead to some more damage down the road. Alright, discarding. Don't mind discarding this or a land, the forest. Putting another guy into the graveyard isn't bad, but how much damage do we have? I think we'll discard the land here. It's a close call. Oh, cut down, sure. Alright. Let's... okay. So how close are we? We need like 6 or so for this to be lethal. Six times 3 is 18. Plus the recruiter, so I think we just build the board a little more. A little afraid of a discard spell, but that's alright. Let's just see what we hit here. Throw this there. Do we want a land? Nah. I'll just toss it. And swing. Okay. Now we've got plenty of fodder. They can use the Raven Man. There's the cut down. A swing and a pass. Okay, interesting. Alright, well, let's just plot this. Set up for next turn. Maybe just hold the land in case he makes us discard something. Attack anyways, too. Okay, gonna block with it, or not. No, alright. Hopeless Nightmare, sure, scrying. Got a lot of damage coming in next turn. Aravec, alright, attack. I don't know if that's gonna do much here. So, here we go. Got 2 mana up. But got the Recruiter. And a heck of a lot of damage. Tokens with haste. Alright. Good game. No rares. No problem. Alright, Rise of the Varmints combo. This looks okay. Got a haste and the rise in the opener, so can't complain. Start with forest. Our opponent's gonna be confused when we lead with the I'll just play this. Lead with the Aftermath Analyst here. Oh, there's another rise in there, but one creature so far. Alright, there's the bat. Let's see what they take. Probably the rise. Yep. Okay, so we play that out, play both of these out. Swing. Go for our backup plan, which is just beat down with dudes. I don't think we want this. Just trying to dig for another rise here. Anything that's not a rise can probably go. So they, yeah, already one in the graveyard, but 2 left in the deck, so anything's possible. Yeah, classic, classic. Alright, that's not a bad draw either. Ooh, there's the rise on top. Interesting. Okay, it's only for 3. It's not great. How many lands do we have in here? We have 2. Could get back. That would shuffle the deck, so. Could just play this out and swing, and then just use this for some value. We can use it in conjunction with the Bitter Reunion. Yeah, that's probably the best play we have. Just attack. Alright, down to 8. Panic. Trying to get some lifelink going. Okay. 14. So Rise isn't gonna do a lot here. Could give us 3 tokens, which is something, but let's see what we need to do. Can swing with the Wary Thespian and then play it out and get some tokens. Or we could plot it, try to get more tokens later. Back here. See if they want to trade. Okay, sure. Totally fine. Alright, give us trigger. Yep, put another creature in the grave. That's good, that's good. So now the Rise is for 5. Does that change anything? I guess I still want to plot it just because I have the Bitter Reunion for next turn. I wanted to give them all haste. Or if I draw a Recruiter. Alright, we'll plot. And see what we could do. If we trade off a few of our guys, we can, or one, at least one of our guys for the Danik, that would be fine. It would give us another token here, so that's the hope. Ooh, there's the Virtue. Big deal. Alright, down to 8. Untap. Oh, there is the Recruiter. I don't think this is quite going to be enough, but we're dead in the air next turn anyway, so gonna play it out and swing and Mathis for blockers. But yeah, they have so much lifelink here on the back. They didn't have this virtual, yeah. I'd have had a shot here. But I don't think it's quite gonna be enough. 4 times 3. Put them 0 and then the lifelink up to 9. Alright. Good game. Alright. Rise of the Varmints combo. On the draw here, this looks fine. We'll see what they got. Ooh, skeletons, okay. That is interesting. Start with our Death Sprout Bonnet. I'm assuming this is skeletons. Of some kind. Activate only if a non-skeleton creature died under your control this turn. I'm okay with trading here. We're trying to fill up the graveyard with creatures anyway, so. Why not? Alright. Nothing there. Let's go Pylons. Don't need another land. And Burrowfiend. And he's out of here. There's Gix. Okay, let's see. Aftermath Analyst or the Rise? We'll just plot the Rise. Not quite sure. I think we'll go for the Aftermath here. I'll get a red source here. Play this, thin the deck first, then mill. Gotta hit as many creatures as we can, okay. Into 4 creatures. There's Shelly. No attack, weird. I guess we'll take it though. Okay, do we want to play Bitter Reunion? Let's go to land maybe? Wow. A lot of lands. Take the damage. Interesting, okay. Play this out. And pass. Okay. Go for the throat. Yep. Alright, there's the attack. Alright, so we really need more creatures in our graveyard. I think we did not get the best, oh, there's a Rise. Didn't get the best luck with our mills this game. But we gotta play this. Just sort of some blockers here, and this is 10 damage, but not enough. I'll save this. Swing with the skeleton. Okay. Guess we'll just block it. Ooh, there's a recruiter. Interesting. Well, I don't know if it gets any better than this, so. Well, let's see. How much mana do we have? Are we one short of playing? Yeah, we're one short. If we play 5 of these, that's 9. It's not enough. So let's plot here. Yeah, we'll plot here and just say go. We need one more turn here. Well, if they attack, we'll have to jump, but... Okay, Tiny Bones. Yep. Okay. Down to 2. Oh wow, there's another Rise. Okay. Alright, well... This is gonna be a lot of dudes. A lot of dudes. And here comes the recruiter. And I'm not sure if this is enough. I think this is more than 28. Let's see. That's 30 just here. And then they could block 3 of them, so. And they only have 1 card in hand. Wow. Didn't think I was going to win this one. I drew so many lands, but ended up needing all of them, I guess. And all 3 of our Rises, or 3 of the 4 Rises, so that was a little lucky. But I guess we'll take it. GG. Close one. Alright, Rise of the Varmints combo on the play here. Not bad. Hand looks okay. Too bad the tap land, but do what you gotta do. Alright. Let's play Prowler. Another land, sure. Now we can go Maverick, Analyst. 2 creatures in the graveyard. Another Reunion. Okay, let's just attack for 1. And then mill first. And then gotta set up. I don't think we want any of these, and makes this analyst gonna give us a lot of mana. Get a lot of lands here if we want to do that next turn. Well, I guess that's good enough. We'll take it. Alright, Rise of the Varmints combo here. Let's see what we're up against. Swifty. Everyone's favorite. Turn 1 play. Lead on Forest here. Slick shot. Oof, that's gonna be tough. Okay, there's Pylons. See what's on top. No, fill the graveyard. Burrowfiend seems maybe like the play. We'll lead here. Just mill. A lot of creatures in the grave. Lightning strike, sure. And another mana source. We'll go with the Burrowfiend and maybe get another green source here. I think that's okay. So we can double spell. I think it's gonna get pretty big. Oh wow. I must be dead then. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. 8 plus 3. Down to 1. What's our recruiter? Those can get +5, +5. Let's see what we can do. If we do Cenote Scout, is there anything we could draw? I don't think so. Cenote Scout gains us, this could gain us a life. Another Burrowfiend or another Maverick. Yeah, that's not gonna do anything. Well, we can get this up to 10-10. Actually, an 11-11. We'll go out swinging. Take that, mono red. Alright, GG. Alright, welcome back to the wrap-up. This was a fun one. Definitely was a pretty powerful deck for having 0 rares in it. There was some games we just kind of won out of nowhere. I did not think we were going to win. Playing, I think we had upward to 14 tokens one game, and then gave them all haste and +1/+0, and that was the end of it. I did not think I was going to win that game, so it definitely can win out of nowhere. It has a decent backup plan of just sort of playing out, 1 mana 2/2s or 1 mana 3/3s, and attacking, pressuring the opponent that way. But definitely the Rise of the Varmints, the all-star in the deck. If you're going to play this deck, recommend just sort of making sure that you're looking for the Rise with the Surveil choices here, or the Explore choices. If you don't have a Rise already in your hand, just make sure you just put the whatever the card is into the graveyard and look for the Rise, because you really need that for the deck. But overall, really impressive. If you wanted to upgrade the deck with some rares, there's certainly a lot of different options. Mostly, I would say the mana base could be upgraded. You could play the channel lands, of course, one of the red ones, one of the green ones, the Boseiju and Sozagan, and you've got Copperline Gorge, the red, green Fastland, and Carplusian Forest. So those are the ones I would add instead of these fetch lands, and one of these each instead of the basics. You could also play a Devilish Valet, perhaps instead of the Bitter Reunions. That's a pretty nice payoff for the Rise of the Varmints. If you play 5 creatures in 1 turn with a Devilish Valet, that usually is lethal. So you can definitely, if you have some Devilish Valets, I would recommend playing those instead of the Bitter Reunions. Maybe even you could cut a few of the other 2 drops if you wanted to add more Devilish Valets and have fun that way. But that's definitely a nice little way to win with Rise of the Varmints as well. That's a rare. So that's basically it. Hope you enjoyed the deck. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you in the next video.